Hello, this is Bill McAfee. I'm the president of Empire Title Company in Colorado Springs. In honor of Thanksgiving here in November, note the turkey hat. Some of you are going to say that's foul, but I already said it. All right, moving on. We're going to talk about the update in the Pikes Peak multiple listing system here. We're going to talk about what's going on this year, and a lot of things are coming down the path. One thing I want to say right off the bat, for those of you sellers out there who are mad at your listing agents because you haven't gotten any showings, there's a newsflash for you right now. There's just not a lot of showings. It's really weird what's happened. There's some regulation coming down the pike. We had a little bit of increase in interest rates. We had the Federal Reserve say they were going to raise interest rates. Rates did go. So here's what you're seeing out there. Consumer confidence is a little lax right now, but I want to show you fundamentally in our market, it's still, the fundamentals are lining up. So for buyers and sellers be patient. Buyers, you need to get in this market, and I'll clarify here at the end. As we look, the number of sales that are going on, we're at 242.13. That's on a running average. Notice the sales price is still increasing. However, we are starting to taper up here. The median sales price, same thing. It has been increasing like crazy. On a running average, 213, 385,000. Notice the taper. It's starting to taper off, okay? Now, number of sales a month. This is something to notice. Always in the spring and the fall of the year, the number of units sold drops down. That's normal. Kind of like a turkey on your head. It's just normal. Well, what happens here is these drop more than what we would see normally. And again, I'm going back to those interest rates. Back to Bernanke saying that they were going to do something, which pushed interest rates up. So we had a number of drop-offs in the number of sales. Here's what that did on a running average. This is starting to flatten out a little bit. Now, active listings. Active listings are edging up a little bit, but they're still about at a 10-year low. So sellers, what that means for you and buyers in the market, the number of homes available for sale is still at a 10-year low. We don't have enough inventory, and especially in the lower end price ranges. So don't panic because of interest rates or government regulation or all that. Here's what I'm telling you is in the market, we do have a shortage. Now, sales as a percentage of active listings, just to show you how quickly this changed because of the panic in the consumer side. We were up here around 25, 26%. At one point, over 30% of the units that were available to sell every month were selling. Right now, we dropped down to 23.7. That was literally in a 2 to 3 month span. Wasn't because of bad fundamentals in the market. It was because, again, consumer confidence is waning a little bit. Over here, number of inventory. This is a good leading indicator in our market. Right now, we got 4.33 months of inventory, well less than the normal 6. As buyers and sellers move forward here, as consumer confidence starts to come back, you're going to see the market improve very quickly because, simply put, for the demand that's been over the last 12 months, we don't have the supply. The next slide, interest rates. Notice how we've edged up, but they are coming back down. This was the spike right there when the Federal Reserve said they were going to do something down the road. They never really did. This right here is the number of homes that are selling in each price range. Now, for you guys in the upper price ranges, you got a little bit of a feast coming, a little turkey action coming on because the number of homes selling above 250 up to about the 400 or sure 380 to 350 range, that has improved dramatically. Right here's the inventory levels in every range. I'm not going to go through the inventory levels again, other than about the 4 to 5 and on up, we're oversupplied. You down in the 3s, we're undersupplied. There's not enough homes for the current demand. Looking right here, and this is something I want to bring up, and this is what I said for you buyers. 41% of the transactions in October were conventional loans. We have new regulation coming down that's going to hit in January that deals with conventional loans. That's going to make it harder to get a loan. It's going to be harder to qualify. There's also more regulation coming through by the end of next year that's going to make it just harder to get a loan because of the paperwork. It's also going to push the cost up to get a loan. So if you're a buyer in today's market, now is the optimal time. If your employment's stable, if you feel comfortable, you need to get in this market because what we see coming down the road is going to get loans a little bit harder to get, and there's also going to be more cost in those. And for you sellers, keep that in mind. If you're wanting to sell, work your price here right now because you got an optimal time before the new regulations, before the cost to get loans increases. Looking at this year, it's just been phenomenal. Average price up 5.4, median price up 4.6. Those are huge jumps. Residential units sold is up 22% from last year. Inventory levels are down. Number of units available for sale is up, but only slightly compared to the increase in the number of sales that there's been. Foreclosures down remarkably. Average days on market is 71 days. We are creeping back up a little bit, again, because of the waning in the consumer confidence. The interest rates are good, but it's likely that we will see interest rates continue to push. So you need to find a professional real estate agent that can help you navigate this market. For those of you that saw Angry Bird last week, it was a little bit calmer this month. By the way, those of you that said I have a thumbs up and thumbs down, I got a finger sign that I wasn't sure what I was, and you know who you are, okay? Anyway, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Again, consult your professional real estate agent, Bill McAfee with Empire Title.